New Jersey citizens of wrestling is respect. This is your main event of the evening. It is the rematch you demanded.
I demanded.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the ring to my right first, he is here to avenge his loss at National Pro Wrestling Day. He is the fiery-tempered, hard-hitting, no-nonsense tough guy, Francis O'Rourke! No, just Frank.
Hi, Francis.
In the ring to my right, his opponent is known the world over for being a game changer in professional wrestling. He is the back technician known as the University City Stretcher. Ladies and gentlemen, Drew Gulak! Your referee is Bryce Remsburg. One fall.
We are off and running here, and I'm pleased to sit with Leonard F. Chikarason. I'm Mike Quackenbush, calling the action for you here at the main event. Wrestling is respect, and this eagerly anticipated matchup, as you heard Gavin say, these two all but stole the show at National Pro Wrestling Day.
The afternoon card, indeed, Mike. You can still check that out from our good friends at Smart Mark Video. Now, there's a match.
I'd like to point out the Colt Cabana, and I take exception to that.
Oh, I apologize. No, well, you know what? I'll tell you this. None of them were awarded a plaque. You weren't awarded a plaque either, but you got to share the ring with the great Bill Apter, even just for a moment. So
something I'll truly cherish.
To hang your hat on that, I'll give you. But these two, I'm very excited to see these two. And as you saw at the beginning of this contest, Mike, this is what it's all about here in wrestling, is respect. While these two men have a very heated rivalry, you heard Gavin mention that Frank, I'm not going to say that again, is looking to avenge that loss.
Oh, shoulders exposed.
At National Pro Wrestling Day that he had with Drew Gulak. Drew Gulak, the game changer. Both men were successful in their matches here back in January. Looking to leave the main event of this contest, the victor, send the other man packing.
Good looking head scissor there to Mr. O'Rourke, and you see Drew's trying to navigate his way out of it there. Well done, freed himself from that predicament. These two guys are as technically proficient as just about anybody you're going to come across, and it's a real pleasure to watch them go hold for hold here in Boonton. Both these guys are well versed in a variety of wrestling styles, and that variety really makes for a very interesting contest here. Great looking hold here. A llave, as one of the men who invented it would no doubt refer to it there. A lock from Lucha Libre. A llave, a different type of submission hold to be differentiated from the nudo or knot. This one here is a lock, and Drew's really fighting to keep it on there. Great exposure of the shoulder blades. What a good pinning combination.
And while you were mentioning, Mike, these two men very evenly matched, I think if this match goes to a more of a ground game, as you're seeing right here, Drew Gulak continuing different submissions, it's going to be in his advantage, where if it comes down to strikes, if they're going to trade fisticuffs, it's going to be in the favor of O'Rourke.
I get to get down on the mat myself with Drew Gulak at Wrestling is Art a few months ago, and I know firsthand how very dangerous that young man is down there on the mat. And I would wager to say, if it turns into a striking game, if it gets a little rougher, it's probably going to favor O'Rourke, who you can see has got a little bit of muscle mass on him, and I would say is also just a tad bit stronger than Drew.
Gulak, though, so quick here. In control of this contest so far.
Submission expert there. Look at that, very quickly switch, trying to get the Jujigatame. And O'Rourke's doing the right thing by locking his hands there. He's preventing the hyperextension of his elbow. And before Gulak could get it, O'Rourke reaches out and the ropes cause the break. You see referee Bryce Remsburg right on top of the action.
A clean break, both men right to the center of the ring, and there you see O'Rourke, that European uppercut, side headlock, but Gulak escapes.
Oh, turned his hip and took him down.
Very forceful, yeah.
Just keeping his right shoulder blade up off the mat right now is O'Rourke, and Bryce Remsburg's in a great position to see. If that shoulder blade does touch, you can see Bryce checking it right there.
And you also see him there trying to alleviate the lock that Gulak had on him. His fingers are laced together.
Got to turn the hips toward him here. I think that's what you're going to see O'Rourke doing. Yep, he's trying to turn his hips. Now he can work his way back up to his base. Gulak's doing the right thing, trying to keep his weight low, keep it low. O'Rourke, though, he's got a hammerlock. Really tough predicament to come out of there. You saw O'Rourke do it with a great look at hammerlock. He's got control, but only for a moment. Gulak over the top. He takes him over. Oh, I thought he wanted the short arm scissor.
2, 3, 4.
Whatever he was looking for there, O'Rourke did the smart thing. Oh, he's keeping his presence of mind. He knew right where he was in the ring. Yowza!
I was going to say a little longer on the break on that one with Gulak, but I think Gulak might have just lost a couple teeth on that kick from O'Rourke. Devastating.
Right, or no, excuse me, left half Nelson here to O'Rourke. Great takedown there. Oh, I thought he was going to keep that half Nelson. That's a good place to defend from. Headbutt blocked. Oh, he's caught him. Pile driver maybe? No! Diving power bomb. Somewhere else Samurai is smiling.
Just muscled him up, did O'Rourke. You mentioned before, Mike, so powerful, so put together.
There he is, this guy. Great upper body strength there, you can tell. Just from looking at his physique. He's got it. Suplex and really drove him to the mat. And Gulak only gave him the satisfaction of a 1 count.
O'Rourke not.
Suddenly got very quiet.
He was looking over here, looking at me, looking at you. I mistakenly said Francis. I just said it again.
Cracked him right between the shoulder blades. Maybe thinking another suplex will do the trick. O'Rourke picks him up. Oh! Very awkward landing for Gulak.
Nothing pretty about that. And O'Rourke's temper is starting to maybe get the best of him here.
He waited too long to cover Drew, in my opinion.
Cover, barely a 1 there by Gulak, and immediately getting up off the canvas, sitting up, making it more difficult if O'Rourke was going to attempt to pin Drew again.
I've seen people get hung out to dry on the top rope, but none as awkwardly as Drew was just hung up by O'Rourke. Using that great uppercut-like forearm shot there up the chest. Totally legal blow. So you can see there once again, cracking him in the chest, not in the throat.
Setting him careening back into the buckle, not taking him off his feet with those shots. In control of the head right now is O'Rourke, and again, the 3rd time the charm. Gulak down to the canvas.
Knocked him down. They're doing the right thing, I think. Got to keep trying to pin your man here. Really, just battering him with those uppercut shots.
Maybe going for a power bomb again.
Right. That worked well once before. Great looking block there by Drew. Doing the exact right thing. Shot to the midsection gets answered with a short knee lift of sorts.
He'd have the head trapped. O'Rourke. Drew now fighting back. Game changer here maybe for Gulak.
Flat leapfrog. Gulak. Double leg Nelson in the sunset flip is only good for 2. Oh, he couldn't even manage to get all the way up off the mat. The rapidity with which O'Rourke struck was startling. And he goes right back to that uppercut, which has served him well thus far in the match. Drew trying to create some separation there, not really sure where O'Rourke is.
But just almost out of instinct, throwing his leg back in hope just to make O'Rourke hesitate perhaps before he approached him. But now putting Drew up on that top turnbuckle.
Back in National Pro Wrestling Day, we saw him use full Nelson. He just threw Drew right off the top turnbuckle. Maybe that's what he's thinking about here. He's got the left half Nelson locked. Oh, precariously headed to the top.
Yeah, but he doesn't have it locked, Mike. I can't tell from my vantage point. I'm almost certain that he doesn't.
No. Referee Bryce Rensburg here really lenient with the count as these two guys are in a lot of trouble.
Again, it's the main event here. Wrestling is respect. I think sometimes you'll see the referees do that from time to time.
Oh, I don't blame
it. Contest.
I don't know the last time I saw a top rope disqualification. But I'd hate to see one in the main event of this contest. Great flying clothesline there.
Sends O'Rourke to the outside. This is the opportunity that Drew needs. He calls himself the game changer. It's hard to argue with him. But he has taken a ton of punishment over the last several minutes from O'Rourke, and now gives chase to him outside the ring.
Wow! You heard the thud, and it resonated through our feet here along the floorboards in the Elks Lodge of Boonton, home of the Bonton department stores, and Drew Gulak there with a satisfied look on his face after dishing out some punishment. O'Rourke really dominated Drew for several moments. And now it's Gulak who's having the chance to dish it out. Oh, I spoke too soon.
And now trading shots there, desperation maybe by O'Rourke, but that just seems to anger Drew.
Drew's not afraid to get up in your face. He's got a rugged smash mouth side to him as well. I just don't know that you want to go toe-to-toe in that fashion with O'Rourke.
That's right, that could be a mistake on Drew's part here, but again, going for the victory here, he does not want to.
He's going to bring him in. He wants to suplex him. He's got the leverage to compensate for the height difference, and O'Rourke there brought his right foot inside the bottom strand to block.
Shot to the midsection here, now shot to the back. Both men jockeying for position.
Tough body shots.
Not sure who's going to get the worst.
Whoa! Scary town!
Both men
will take a very nasty tumble here.
Outside the ring, on the ring apron. I don't know what Drew's going for here. He's got.
That's going to be a backslide for the ages if it works. I'm not sure who's got control over this one.
Drew gave up the ship on that one very quickly. Maybe a Russian leg sweep to the outside.
Like a side Russian leg sweep here as these two, they were teetering on the edge there, and I hate to think they fell backwards. They might have struck that table. What impact on that rude awakening style sit-down neck breaker. Very, very dangerous. But Drew Gulak definitely got the worst of that one. Still, dropping like that on the apron is going to jar your tailbone, your coccyx, and you can see Francis O'Rourke's in a lot of pain himself. Look at the expression on his face.
He's the first one up to his feet, though, but yeah, you mentioned it, Mike. How much did he sacrifice to deliver that neck breaker? I'm sure he was hoping, O'Rourke was hoping that is going to be the final thing, the final nail in the coffin for Drew Gulak. All he's got to do is throw him in the ring and cover him. You got to think it's academic from this point after that neck breaker.
Rolling him inside. He's got to cover him. He's got to cover him right now. This is the best chance he's had thus far in the contest to win. And look at Gulak, never say die, peeling himself up off the mat, trying to get back to his base. He's got a gut wrench hooked. O'Rourke's lifted him off the mat. What's he thinking here?
He's walking around with him.
He's showing off his upper body strength as O'Rourke. The Dr. Bomb! He drilled him. You got to give it up for these two fantastic athletes. They left nothing in the back. They're really tearing into each other and giving 100% here in the ring. Gulak would not be subdued by the Dr. Bomb. Maybe another power bomb variant to follow.
He's in the center of the ring. There was just a fraction of a second between, maybe a pile driver changing his mind here. Clubbing away at the back of Drew now is O'Rourke.
Drew is doing everything in his power to resist that next impact move because that could be the end game. Oh, O'Rourke, another power bomb. Oh, he lifts him up.
Look at the power, Mike.
A repeat. Maybe the third time's the charm. No. Drew doing anything he can to free himself. He's out now, but does he have the wherewithal to capitalize?
Amazing perseverance here by Drew. Fighting out of that, you got to think if that third powerbomb came down, that would have spelled the end for Drew. Fires in with a huge forearm shot, and the second one there just staggers O'Rourke, and that one sends Gulak away.
Drew Gulak giving it as good as he's getting. O'Rourke, yikes, what accuracy on that. You heard it echo off the walls here, fan, that knife-edge chop. It's like a rifle rapport in here. He didn't get all of that one. Drew's trying to lay it on while he can. O'Rourke's coming back. Second shot.
I can't see Drew getting the better of this exchange.
Oh, great use of the crisscross to confuse him. Clothesline to the back there like the Russian sickle of old. Doesn't matter which one of these two are your favorites, fan. They are both giving it their all right now.
But the punishment that he's taken so far in this contest, too much for Drew to capitalize. That would have been the perfect opportunity to go for the pin after that huge sickle to the back of the head of O'Rourke. And now Bryce putting the count on both men.
The punishment these men have taken cannot be overstated right now as they try once again to get back up to their base. Drew's first to his feet. He's trying to hook him up here. Might be thinking about some type of suplex. I don't know. Positioning was odd on that one. Left half Nelson once again here. O'Rourke. He's trying to get the full Nelson. That difficult to make something work from the left. Drew's trying to fight out of it.
Trying to use his own body momentum to flip O'Rourke over.
Oh, but O'Rourke's boots have become hooked on the top rope. And Drew's got him. Oh, yikes. Look at the positioning here. What's he thinking?
Maybe a suplex, perhaps.
Look at that! He drilled him! That's got to be all Drew. Cover him! This is your moment. Pin him!
Pulls him away from the ropes. Cover.
1, 2! I can't believe Francis O'Rourke bringing his right shoulder up at the very last second.
You gotta think though, Mike, it was probably those extra couple seconds. And that's the chance you take sometimes. Do you immediately go for the pin when your opponent is that close to the rope? Or you take that extra second, pull him away in the hopes that it has been enough that he won't be able to kick out. It didn't pay off for Drew this time, but he's gotta stay on O'Rourke.
These two ring warriors have really left a lot. How much does either have left to give? Gulak's first to his feet here. The advantage is clearly his at this moment. Can he make the most of it? Waist lock here. Drew maybe thinking German suplex time. Left half Nelson again with half waist. Drew's trying to fight his way out of trouble here. He's been looking for that full Nelson, it feels like this whole match. Gulak. Drew nimbly to his feet. Pat O'Connor roll. No, past the shoulder blades. He's got the Dragon Sleeper. His pet hold is coming. Can he get that Dragon Sleeper?
It looks like he's still got a hold of O'Rourke.
Oh, so near the ropes. Does O'Rourke? He knows he's got it, and that's going to do it. What a fantastic contest here. Simply outstanding, Leonard.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Drew Gulak.
Nobody likes Wheeler.
No idea what you're saying. Mark Wheeler getting in the face of Brett Michael David.
We're all discussing workout. Oh. Everybody else want a wee nip of courage?
Shane's just saying he's got to calm down.
No, that's a good time. Hey, whatever. As long as you can be safe and you can drive home after, I don't care.
I'm 25, not a child. I've had one shot before.
You drank a lot of it.
Oh! Right into the face
That
of
was
Shane
gross.
Saber, followed up by a right hand by both TKD and BMD.
We got medicals on these guys beforehand, right? Like nobody's got hepatitis?
We're all good. We do our tests. As Taylor Cadine is knocked out of the ring, Brett Michael David picks up Mark Wheeler as he wiggles out. Kick to the gut. Tries to wrap under. Shane Saber is ready with a retaliation of his own. Brett flips him over. Now this is fast-paced action if I've ever seen it, folks.
And let me tell you, it's a dateless wonder. I'll tell you,
Looks like
that burns in the eyes.
And I think that might have been the shortest of temporary alliances we've ever had here in Pro Wrestling Ontario. Went from a high five to a spit in the face real quickly.
And not that I know personally, that Keegan kid told me. It's terrible when girls spit it in your eyes.
I'm the captain now.
Okay.
Strong words from Shane Saber. As he feeds off into the ropes, Brett Michael David is ready with a nice drop kick. Kick to the chest.
I hate to tell you, Captain, but I think there's a mutiny going on.
Nice series of kicks by Taylor Cadine as he runs up into the corner with a back elbow. Mark Wheeler's ready for him, loops around, and a vicious forearm.
Does anybody work harder than Taylor Cadine? He just needs to find his edge again. This whole shaking hands and kissing babies thing is not helping him.
Falcon's arrow by Mark Wheeler as he goes for the cover. Brett Michael David is ready, boot to the face.
I think you should dump the FOF too. I don't know about that Vertigo and Fuerza kid, but get rid of them. Where the hell are they? I don't see them here helping him out now.
Brett Michael David squaring off with Mark Wheeler. Vicious Irish whip into the corner, followed up by a nice series of forearms.
Just handing out lariats left and right. Oh, that's
a snot rocket. That's just disgusting. Up to the second rope. Shane Sabers was ready. Mark Wheeler was a little faster. Goes for the crossbody.
Oh, eat it, kid, eat it.
Caught, he's ready for him. Oh, and a devastating right hand from BMD, followed up by a boot to the face. Goes for the cover. Shane Sabers ready and breaks the count at 2.
Incredible matchup here.
I have not seen Taylor Cadine for a little while in this matchup. Oh, there he is. He's on the corner.
Maybe he decided to flip the coin. Maybe he decided to finally get himself back to where he needs to be. Oh, you got ghosted there, kid.
And the tenure of Shane Sabers showing in those moves right there as BMD kicks out at 2. Shane Saber getting fired up here tonight.
I can smell the parrot from here. It reeks of rum and marijuana.
And a kick to the gut. Shane Saber goes for the German. Works his way around. Taylor Cadine goes around for a sunset flip into a German suplex. Mark Wheeler with a
eat
super
soul,
kick.
brother.
All right. Oh, amazing back and forth.
Fireman's carry drop. Shane Saber's the only one still masked.
Alrighty. Goes for the big boot, misses. Tries to get him with the backslide. Neither man can get the upper hand as Brett Michael David goes to for the underhook.
Oh, double underhook backbreaker.
As Taylor
BMD
Cadine
sets up. Oh, on the top
rope. Drop kick into a Samoan drop by Taylor Cadine.
This thing is just long. It's going 90 miles an hour. It's almost impossible to keep up.
Well, who's your pick here tonight in this matchup?
Well, it would have been Taylor Cadine if he was a bit more of a badass. But I mean, at this point, I'm assuming Wheeler.
I'm gonna have to say Shane Saber because of his veteran prowess.
Because you have nothing but love for pirates. You love pirates.
He's been getting the upper hand through most of this matchup.
They make you hard. No? Oh, okay.
Oh my. A series of missed connections.
Oh!
Double forearm. Taylor Cadine ducks under. Oh, no.
Eat that boot.
Spinning heel kick.
This is the
right
Taylor
to the
Cadine.
jaw.
This is the Taylor I want to see. This is the TKD that needs to be coming back wearing his
Into
rocking
the ropes. Suicide dive. Caught with the underhook.
Oh!
Drops him down to the floor as Mark Wheeler setting up. Oh! Devastating boot to the face. Shane Saber clobbering Wheeler down to the floor.
Again, a vast Shane Saber. He's the only one at full mask. Cannonball.
Calling for a cannonball. And he connects, taking down all 3 opponents onto the floor.
Yar.
Shane Saber is fired up here tonight. Folks, the fans are behind him, and that's my pick hot in action.
He's the captain.
Shane Saber rolls Taylor Cadine back up into the ring.
Oh,
and he's ready for him with a nice high boot.
Don't ask. They don't care. I mean, they do, but they don't. It doesn't. They don't care about your welfare.
Taylor Cadine climbing up to the top.
Watch that ceiling, kid.
Oh, and a corkscrew dive to the
Good
floor.
thing our insurance is paid up.
Thank God. This is the most fired up I've seen TKD since his debut here back at the Iron Cup.
Are you serious? This is the best you think this kid's been doing? I think
I'm saying this is the most fired up I've seen.
Wow, that's fair. Okay. Maybe he's got that edge back. Maybe he realized what kind of management Jeff Goodrich could give him. The management that I'm going to give Mark Shaw later when we bleed Matt Grant out in front of this entire crowd. Ladies and gentlemen, don't miss it. It's going to be a hell of a night.
TKD with a kick to the gut on the descent of Shane Saber.
Get out of the way, idiot. See, that kid always. I told you he was going to get hit.
Looks like Wheeler was trying to grab a handful there. Oh! Coast to coast.
Pillar to post. Coast to coast.
Taylor
He
KD.
likes marmalade and jam on toast.
Shane Saber miraculously kicks out at 2.
Buzzsaw kick.
Buzzsaw kick.
Buzzsaw kick. See, this is great. More things to be yelled out.
Mark Wheeler stalking his opponent
Mark Wheeler,
from behind.
Exactly. Coming in like just,
Oh, hi, Mark.
eat it.
Oh, and
You missed it. No, you must have glanced him.
kick out at 2 from the Pirate.
I was sure that he had missed that kick, but he must have just accidentally caught the lace of the tip of his boot.
Mark Wheeler double undercut.
Good
Goes
night.
for the cover. Taylor K. kicks out at 2. Brett Michael David is ready. Looking to just pick the bones. Oh!
Wow!
Brutal execution by Brett Michael David.
Oh, brutal execution is right.
Mark Wheeler rolls out. Taylor K. goes for a... Looks like he's going for almost a sleeper there.
Check him, ref.
Our timekeeper is eagerly waiting to ring the bell on that one tonight, but I don't think so as Brett Michael David works him back into a corner. Taylor K. hanging on for dear life, just clawing tooth and nail to stay in this matchup. Works him down to the mat.
I mean, he's so light, it'd be like fighting Chucky from Child's Play,
Oh,
right?
BMD rolls back. Kick out at 2 by Taylor K. having to break that hold. Smart move by Brett Michael David on his part as he hits him with a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker.
Yeah. That a boy, you got the words out. 450?
Mr. 450
No way.
calling for the 450.
A dude his size? How much does this guy weigh?
Big
Yeah, there goes
boot
your
from
450,
Shane
kid.
Saber. Maybe a little less telegraphing and just hop up on there on that turnbuckle and hit that move.
Easy, Jolly Roger. He just pulled the masking out from under him. How many more pirate jokes can I make before this is over?
Mark Wheeler and Shane Saber just going at it. Both wanting to just inflict damage.
Appears to be some mutiny in the corner, but now?
Temporary
Okay.
alliance, there you go.
Parlay. No, see, double cross. Yeah, big super kick.
Alliances don't last long. As Mark Wheeler works his way up to the second rope. Taylor K. hopping up.
What is?
Oh,
He's a monkey! What a cheeky monkey!
Shan Saber with a coast to coast. Taking out Taylor
Here comes
K.
the big man!
BMD's up top.
Oh,
450 splash! And he caught every bit of it.
I can't believe it!
Going for the cover.
Referee D-Dread pulled out by the brilliant Golden Gun, Mark Wheeler.
Mark Wheeler.
No, says Mark Wheeler.
No disqualifications here tonight in this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Anything goes. BMD looking very,
Here
very
comes
angry.
Tope suicide! Oh!
And he's ready. Taylor
KD
KD
with the roll up.
kick out at 2 by BMD. Taylor KD, both men back up to their feet. Super kick straight to BMD. Hits off into the ropes. Follows up with a big boot. Shane Saber. No, Mark Wheeler flying in behind him with the low blow.
There's a handful of walnuts there.
Oh! Devastating execution as he rolls him up.
Boom.
Mark Wheeler with the 3.
Wow.
Very, very impressive debut here tonight by Mark Wheeler. I'm sure this young man will ascend the ranks of Pro Wrestling Ontario in no time, as long as he keeps up that mentality and that attitude, and he keeps winning matches.
Here and gunned everybody down is what he did.
Introducing first in the corner to my right, from Sydney, Australia, she's hardcore Shazza McKenzie. Her opponent in the corner to my left, from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, weighing at 165 pounds, the Wounded Owl, LuFisto!
LuFisto, a staple of Women's Wrestling Revolution and Beyond Wrestling, where she teams with Jordan Grace's Team Pog, and they are undefeated in Beyond Wrestling, but right now it is singles action for the Wounded Owl.
You have to ask whether Shazza is 100%. I mean, yesterday she was at Chikara, at the Chikara Russell Factory, where she tagged with Hallow Wicked.
That's a hell of a team.
It is. Imagine Hallow Wicked and Shazza in the dream team.
Well, they have to rank high on the Stokely meter, I suppose, before they can get in the dream team.
You remembered, thank you.
Yes, I did.
Be a professional.
Let's trademark that right now. As these two, looks like they're going to trade holds to start things. But as you know, with LuFisto, it doesn't last very long.
LuFisto is unpredictable. LuFisto is not about the games. She's not about laughter. LuFisto wants to get into the ring and hurt people.
Absolutely. Of course, Shazza McKenzie joining us all the way from Australia. A lot of Australians here today, big Australian contingent. So you have to wonder if jet lag's going to come into play here for Shazza, but she seems like she has a lot of energy.
I mean, she does, and truth be told, Shazza is excited about this match, because if she can defeat LuFisto here today, the implications are crazy. What would be next for her at WWR, or even beyond?
Yeah, absolutely. She would climb the ladder in a hurry if she's able to beat LuFisto here tonight. LuFisto, one of the innovators and originators of women's independent wrestling, as Shazza gets a quick 2 count there.
And it's been a fairy tale for Shazza, like the past few days, the past few weeks. I mean, she was just married. Now she's back in the States. One of her goals was to wrestle at Chikara again. I mean, she's on a roll. But the question is, will that roll end today with LuFisto?
It could, as the Wounded Owl is going to come hot and heavy, but right now she's on the mat after a nice Hurricane Rana that sends LuFisto to the floor. WWR versus the world, hashtag that. Let us know what you think of this show so far. And it has been an incredible night so far, Stokely, in my opinion.
You're right. And LuFisto was trying to do the smart thing. She was trying to catch her breath. She didn't go into the ring immediately. Again, that ring awareness. LuFisto is a general.
She is a veteran. She is one of the best in the world. And the New York Wrestling Connection has been a great host and home here tonight for this big event.
And I like Shazza, but if I were her, I would not be trying to trade strikes with LuFisto on the outside. Absolutely not.
But hey, listen, she's holding her own right now with these chops, laying them into LuFisto.
And LuFisto seems kind of caught off guard by this. I mean, so am I. I mean, again, LuFisto, I mean, those strikes, those forearms. I've seen her knock grown men, women down on the ground just with one forearm to the face.
And of course, she's going to be looking for that burning
Oh,
hammer.
no.
But
I
right
think
now,
she's
in a
going for the
powerbomb
powerbomb.
position, sends her back first on the edge of the ring. And if Shazza thought she had control, it just went away in a hurry.
Shazza's not going to have control with LuFisto on the outside. Her best bet should have been to get LuFisto into the ring and take advantage.
Goes for the cover here. 2 count only, and now on the mat, going to make that lower back hurt even more. It seems like she has acquired her targets, though, Blue.
LuFisto is in the zone. If you saw when she was putting on that submission, she had a smirk on her face. She likes to issue punishment and damage, which is why I'm a huge LuFisto fan.
I was about to say, that's why she's on your radar for the Dream Team.
I love it. I love it.
We're here on Long Island, Deer Park, the New York Wrestling Connection, the Sportatorium, as LuFisto remains in control, targeting the chest with a brutal kick. But Shazza back with one of her own, continuing to fight.
And the fight is bigger than just the win today. It's a fight overall. It's an amazing day today. Women's history is being made. It's all about taking an opportunity and making sure that no one ever forgets your name, that your name is forever etched in the history books of professional wrestling, women's wrestling.
Absolutely, and it would be etched even more with a win over LuFisto. And right now, Shazza finds herself in a dangerous position, but able to wiggle her way out with a couple of back elbows. Tries the ropes, but runs into a forearm.
Again, those patented LuFisto forearms, they're
Whoa.
no joke.
Nice cartwheel into a couple of kicks. What's she gonna follow it up with, a trifecta perhaps? No, hooking clothesline from the wounded owl.
And you can see the breath just fly right out of Shazza.
But not the hopes, as McKenzie out at 2.
I mean, you have to give it to Shazza. I mean, she's doing what most athletes could not, and that is stay in there with LuFisto. Hang in there.
Absolutely. And now, if the back was in pain earlier, it is writhing as LuFisto puts all of her weight into the lower back of McKenzie.
Because, Paul, if that was you versus LuFisto, that would have ended a long time ago. She probably just would have smacked you and pinned you.
I'm not going to disagree with you at all, Stokey. There's a reason I'm here in the booth and not in that ring.
Yeah, because you're a loser, but go ahead.
Listen, that has nothing to do with anything, as McKenzie's firing back and runs into a forearm.
Shazza smart,
Charges.
moving out of the way.
Oh, big back suplex.
LuFisto back up.
Hits a Saito of her own. And McKenzie's fired up, and they both forearm each other, and they are down on the mat.
Shazza with that drive, that fight. Again, she wants to leave Deer Park with a win.
Absolutely. And that was just an adrenaline rush on the part of both of them to fire up. And this Deer Park crowd getting behind both women.
I mean, it's clear that Shazza wants, like she's fighting for a permanent spot in WWR. If you get that, next is Beyond. Beyond 1 million subscribers, over 1 million subscribers. You never know who's watching. Hell, you never know who's watching tonight.
Absolutely. McKenzie tries an Irish whip. It gets reversed. He ducks out through the middle rope. Now has LuFisto tied up.
And she has LuFisto right where she wants her. Those kicks to the chest.
Multiple kicks over and over, going for a 10th. Big kick, LuFisto. Trying to catch her breath now.
Shazza needs to stop pandering to the crowd and take advantage.
Going up for a big one. If she hits this, it could be over.
Great crossbody.
High crossbody. No. And now she looks like she's in shock. She thought that was it.
She is. I know, Shazza, you can't hear me right now, but do what you can. Stay on it.
Try that snapmare.
One little mistake, and it may be over.
Oh, wow. Has the goozle. Oh, Fisherman's Buster.
Did you see Shazza's eyes roll back?
Almost like a Fisherman's Buster DDT combo there.
Know your moves, Paul.
You're right.
Go to Wikipedia. Pay attention.
You're right. I am.
Watch more wrestling.
As LuFisto
disgusting
has McKenzie up. And fireman's carry. She gets out of it. Wow. Now you know your wrestling. What do you call that?
I call that a stunner split.
There you go, as now she is wrenching on that neck, has the arm.
Imagine the bragging rights if she makes LuFisto tap in the middle of the ring.
Without question.
She would go back to Australia, she would tell the entire hood. Is that what you call it, the hood of Australia?
I think it's a neighborhood.
Same thing, same thing.
But LuFisto able to get over and break the pin. And now maybe trying another back suplex.
LuFisto said no, pushed her off.
Tries the clothesline, duck, spinning back fist. Oh, high angle back suplex.
That's a mighty cocky pin.
Looks like it was a little lackadaisical. And Shazza McKenzie still in this one. But at some point, the burning hammer has to be coming.
I mean, honestly, LuFisto should have done a proper pin. I don't think she's giving Shazza enough credit right now.
Wow. Bit of a Brian Fury special there, rolling her into the turnbuckles.
Knee to LuFisto's jaw.
Running high knee. And now going up top. And I think this could end it if she hits it, Stoke.
I think so too. LuFisto seems like she's out of it. She doesn't know where she is.
But no.
I take that back.
Now Shazza doesn't know where she is.
Oh no, burning hammer.
Here it is. Burning hammer.
Dropped right on her head. I think this is it.
Big win for LuFisto. But I have to say, that was an outstanding display from Shazza McKenzie.
It was. I can't wait to meet LuFisto in the back. I got my business card, got my suit on, my Steve Harvey suit, got my Stacey Adams shoes on.
And
we're going to make this money ball.
And the Stokely meter. What was that on the Stokely meter?
That was a 27 out of 10.
20. Well, I don't know if the math is correct there, but Stokely, I guess I have to thank you for coming tonight.
Thank you so much. You don't know math. I'm the one with the master's degree, all right?
Okay.
All right? I went to Everett College. Respect me.
I was going to say ITT Tech, but Everest is just as
good.
Hey,
that's good too. That's good too.
Well, thank you for joining us, Stokely.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
And thank you, Shazza McKenzie, for that display. What a contest.
Bizarro Lucha presents Hatching the Egg live at Indiana City Brewery, Indianapolis, Indiana. Righteous Jesse, joined by my commentary cohort,
Jason Saint, and I am stoked to be here, much like the Indianapolis faithful, as you hear them loud and proud to have this amazing spectacle live in their city.
Starting off, just gonna explain what we've got going on here. Lucha environment, Lucha-inspired environment. We've got Rudos, the bad guys, versus the Technicos, the good guys. Nick Iggy Rudo versus Percy Davis, the Sweet Tooth Superstar, a Technico.
And what is amazing about this is that the fans know ahead of time which one's going to be the jerk.
Oh! We're off to the races, Jason.
Yeah, spoke as soon as possible.
I'm the only one eating them.
Oh, he stole his snacks. Oh, right to the face. Percy Davis taking control.
He's throwing out candy.
Guess who got a dum-dum, ladies and gentlemen? Not Adam Slade. That's who got a dum-dum.
No dum-dums for you, buddy. Percy firing up on Nick Iggy. Shoots him up. Oh!
He's biting his ear, that bastard!
Oh my God!
That's a Rudo move if there ever was one, isn't it?
That is very Rudo. Loving that "you sick fuck" chant from the crowd.
Oh, and for the record, anybody who's watching this should probably know by now, but it's an adult-themed show. You're gonna hear some dirty language, which means I guess we're gonna probably say some dirty words ourselves. Huh?
I was asked if we could swear on commentary, and I was told, "Oh fuck yeah!"
Oh shit! I don't know if I can.
It looks like Percy Davis has turned the tables on Nick Iggy and gave
gave Nick Iggy the smile he's been searching for so long.
Mystery!
You know, Nick Iggy recently lost his smiles. If anybody's been watching, paying attention to the careers of the Carnies, maybe a little dissension in the ranks, which is why they're not performing together tonight. Nick Iggy showing exactly why he doesn't need his former partner carry over.
Oh, God, and he just sent Percy Davis straight into that pole.
He thanked the fans are not giving him a you're welcome at all.
They're on the outside now. There's nothing good that happens out there. Back in. Just to kind of let people know about the environment here, Jason and I are at a bit of a disadvantage. Standing room only for the most part. We've got a huge crowd in front of us. We're packed, man. It's packed.
Yeah, it's definitely packed in here. And what's standing next to me is the guy that rode up here with me. He ain't got food without me. Then on the other side is my friend Jody, who keeps throwing hair all over me. So, you know, it's going to be a really weird night for me.
Yeah, you're in a predicament. I feel blessed right now.
Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag blessed. Doing a little bit better than Percy Davis, that's for sure.
True that, man. I'm not laying on my face.
Big Purse! I don't know about your lollipops, but nobody leaves the circus without a smile on their face.
Oh, he's going for a smile.
Isn't he pretty?
What I'd give just to bite those fingers.
It's kind of weird, bro. Gotta be honest. But everyone's got their thing. I'm not judging.
I thought we were getting a little Bizarro tonight.
And Nick Iggy making sure that Percy doesn't get to a vertical base for very long.
Get up! Get up!
Oh, Nick Iggy with a body attack sending Percy right into the turnbuckle.
You know, when you really think about it, the whole Rudo versus technical thing makes it pretty easy to be a referee, doesn't it? Because you know which one to keep your eye on.
That's very true.
Big Purse! Big Purse!
Oh! Big shot from Nick Iggy, and this crowd is firmly behind Percy Davis. Like, it's incredible. I love it.
Which is weird to me because look at Nick Iggy. He's adorable.
He's very adorable.
Oh!
Percy fires back.
Is he firing back or is he getting a sugar rush?
God damn it, that was gold.
Nick goes for the swing to the corner and gets rolled up. 1, 2.
Out at 2. Percy back up.
Oh my gosh, stomping him to the canvas.
Tried to just stomp right through the chest. Nick with another cover. Out at 2.
Trying to send him down to the 3 rings of hell. Nick Iggy is not afraid of Percy Davis, and he's doing everything in his power to show the fans why he's the man.
The ringleader even. Proving to Percy Davis why that is his ring and why he will lead it. Even if he's got to do every dirty trick in the book.
And trust me, he will do every single one of them. It's a thick book, and he's read it twice.
Through and through, for sure.
Kidney shot!
Just a dirty kidney shot. 2 dirty kidney shots.
Ouch, right to the beans.
What a jerk.
What a douche.
One more! Not for you!
Percy into the turnbuckle. Iggy grabs him. Going for that ripcord cutter. Percy knocks out.
Smacked his bitch up with that one. Boom! 1 to the face.
There's another sugar rush.
And he's working on the looks of Nick Iggy. Come on, don't take him. It's all he's got.
Percy, stop!
You know, I'm just going to go out here and say, Percy Davis, not a bad-looking guy either.
Watch out!
Oh, he's got that award-winning smile, and he's going to be putting a smile on his face if he picks up the victory here tonight.
That sure would be a huge win for Percy Davis. Listen to this crowd.
The Sweet Tooth Superstar has a big smile on his face, and he's going to go home very happy. Oh!
Looks like he took a little bit out of himself on that one.
He definitely hurt the palm there, and he couldn't hold him down for 3. Referee Toby Lee administering a 2 count there. The fans are not stoked to see Percy not get the victory there.
All right, Jason, if you're Percy Davis, what are you thinking at this point? What are you trying to do to put Nick Iggy away? You know he's going to be dirty.
Yeah, that's a very good question. I would probably try to keep my eye on everything he was doing with both hands and his feet.
There you go.
Because you never know. You raise your hands high. Oh!
Or you do that.
Or you do that. Hey.
Equally as effective.
Spine buster. Oh, no! Is he going to do it? Is he going to do it? He can sit on the canvas with a spine buster.
Don't hurt him, Purse.
If you're some man. is chomping.
He nails it.
That was the Sweet Bull's elbow.
You're killing me. I love it. I love it.
He just put a cavity right in the chest of Nick Iggy.
I just heard him
it
yell.
wasn't enough to keep him down.
I just heard him yell that used to work in the 90s, and very true, very true. Times have changed, though, unfortunately.
Well, The Rock used to work in the 90s, too. Now the guys are doing movies or something. Some $5 band crap that I don't go see in the theater.
Nick Iggy firing back with some elbows to the head. Just smacks the shit out of Percy Davis.
Both of these guys are going to have some red faces at the end of this match.
That's true.
Oh, Nick Iggy offering up that beautiful face, and it gets slugged right to the side.
Oh my God. They're just trading shots back and forth.
A little tit for tat.
Oh, or would that be tit for tic-tac?
Oh my God.
I'm sorry for that one. Nick Iggy winding up.
Winding it up. What's he gonna do?
The pitch. Oh. There you go. You gotta watch your feet.
I said watch every single limb, man. You gotta watch them. Percy needs a good manager. Maybe I'll find one someday.
I think you know one.
I don't know any.
You don't know any?
I know a subpar one. Pops him up. Big knee to the side of the face. Percy's dazed. Oh! That was straight out of 2003 in July on Velocity. And A-Train's finish could not put away Percy Davis. You know what that means? Percy Davis could beat A-Train. That's right, folks. You heard it here first.
I believe it. 1,000%. Nick Iggy hit that Carney curb stomp, and it wasn't enough to put Percy away.
What do you have to do to either one of these guys? Shoot him with a gun? They're tough as nails. Imagine for some of these fans, this is their first ever wrestling show. And this is the kind of match they see. This is their introduction to live wrestling.
This is, like you said, this is not a typical wrestling crowd. And to go back to the gun. Oh! Low blow.
Right to the stocking stuffer.
Is that going to be it? Oh, and you hate to see that.
What a rat bastard Nick Iggy is.
But Alexander's shots with more on them. The forearm strike. Now off the ropes, reversal. Duck down. Alexander sends DJZ back in. DJZ little diversion there off the side ropes instead of straight ahead. Now sending Alexander in. There's the back elbow. Pace starting to quicken. Oh, DJZ looking for a springboard moonsault, and that got taken away. Off the ropes. Oh, DJZ caught himself. Slides underneath. Clothesline up and over the top. And again, this is the pace that DJZ has to wrestle at. It's got to be breakneck speed. If he lets Alexander control the pace, if he lets this all be about the power of Josh Alexander, DJZ doesn't have an opportunity to win this title. Now off the ropes, and Alexander smartly gets out of the way. What's DJZ thinking about here? Fans clearing out of the way. DJZ, oh, through the buckles. DJZ off the ropes. Up over the top, tope con hilo, nailed it. Nailed him with it. And now DJZ and Josh Alexander both down on the floor. Matt Grant putting in the count. Neither man really moving. DJZ starting to stir a little. Grant up to 6. DJZ back to his knees. Now Alexander to his. Both men now to their feet. They both got to get back in the ring. And imperative for DJZ to get Josh Alexander in because he can't win the title by countout. DJZ climbing up, top rope. In that high-risk district. DJZ all the way up. Frog splash. Count of 2. He's got no. Oh, we almost had a new champion. We knew about the exploits in the air of DJZ from the matchup with Jody Fleisch, the aerial acrobatics, the aerial exhibition that those two put on at Immortal Kombat. What we didn't know coming in was how he was going to handle the physical punishment that Josh Alexander would put on him. While we're looking at DJZ, still right here in this matchup, was momentarily in control, but an elbow and a Finley roll will put a stop to that. Alexander climbing up to the top rope. Oh, that chop. That might have been DJZ's best chop of the match. Now perhaps looking for the suplex. Alexander fights him away. Those forearms raining in. DJZ having a hard time holding on. Doesn't want to drop. Pulls himself back up, but right into another forearm. And again, Alexander peppering it. Elbow to the top of the head. One more time, DJZ able to pull himself back up, but he's pulling himself right back up into the strikes. That time, Alexander able to knock him down. What's the champion have in mind? Oh, DJZ, desperation, back to his feet. Now all the way up to the top rope. DJZ, perhaps looking for the Frankensteiner, got up, Alexander rolled through, takes the ankle, rolls him over, ankle lock submission. Josh Alexander has DJZ trapped. We saw the figure 4 earlier. It's the ankle lock now. DJZ rolls through and fires him off. DJZ up over the top to the back elbow. Caught up on the shoulders. Rack bomb. Dropped it. Planted him. Center ring. 2.5. Both men down. And if you're Josh Alexander or DJZ, you've got to be wondering about what you need to do to be able to put this match away. We've seen Alexander go deep in the bag of tricks tonight. The ankle lock, the figure 4, the rack bomb. And this could be it right here, the coup de grace, the spinning tombstone. No, reversed out, roll up. 2.5 again for DJZ. Oh, short super kick. Spin kick, missed the first one, caught the second one. Alexander out of the way on the ropes. Oh, that forearm right to the back of the head. Rip cord. Oh, DJZ had it well scouted. Jawbreaker counter. DJZ charges in, boot up from Alexander. Josh Alexander walks out towards the center ring. Rude awakening. No. Caught the super kick. Capture. Backbreaker. Suplex. Into a powerbomb. Into a run. Got the legs wrapped up and no. Still only 2.5. Not only impressive to see that DJZ was able to counter that into a rana of his own, but more impressive that he was still able to roll through and have the leg on the other side. Matt Grant up to a count of 7. Neither man up yet. And again, DJZ, imperative he gets up. He cannot win by a double countout. That's the champion's advantage. If they're both down for 10, if they're both out of the ring for 10, Alexander retains the title. Oh, chop lands. Josh Alexander right back in. Oh, heavy chop. He knifed right through the pectorals of DJZ that time. And DJZ answering back. His forearms were on target. Alexander hoisted up. Oh, German suplex on the back of his head. Now up again, DJZ counters to the tornado DDT. Down again with the clothesline from Alexander. Now he hooks him in. Ripcord, no, out of the way is DJZ. Pop up, caught, tombstone, no, off the ropes. DJZ with momentum into the reverse DDT. Both men down again. Both men such students of this sport. They know every move, they know every counter move, and we're seeing that here. How each man has figured out how to counter the top of offense of the other. You saw it in that last exchange. The attempt at the spinning tombstone, countered by DJZ, using his weight off the ropes to spring back and put Alexander in a bad position. Both men back up to their feet. DJZ rolls up, DDT. No, Alexander catches him and just shoves him away. Josh Alexander has him up. Backbreaker into the Sand Killer perhaps. Got him with it. Sand Killer strikes the mark. Count of 2. Kick out from DJZ. You can count on one hand the names that have kicked out of a sand killer. And we have seen Josh Alexander dig deep to try to put DJZ away. We have seen everything out of the bag of tricks except the spinning tombstone. Alexander has tried it, but DJZ's had a counter. DJZ trying to pull his way back up, and the champion back in control of the matchup. It has ebbed and flowed. Alexander all the way to the top rope. Now pulling DJZ up to follow it. Winner of this match has Kobe Durst. Sometime in the near future, you'd have to think Kobe's going to cash in that #1 contendership at Final Act. But the question is, will it be DJZ or Josh Alexander defending against it? DJZ up to the top rope. What has he got in mind here? Reverse Rana, that poison Frankensteiner, and Alexander landed hard. Now the pop-up, DDT. He's got him. We're gonna have the new champion. Count of 2. Can't count at 2 3/4. It couldn't get any closer than that. DJZ was a fraction of a second away from being the alpha male. DJZ back into the corner. And Alexander, I think, spit at him. Oh, now the kick's raining in from DJZ. Spin kick. Straight super kick. Alexander's down. And he might be out. DJZ all the way up top. Alexander pulling himself up. Josh Alexander may have been playing a little possum. Hooks him up from the top. Exploder suplex. Alexander has it. Hoisted up over the shoulder. DJZ hanging on. Alexander can't lift him off. Head scissor attempt. Alexander caught him. Spinning tombstone. That may be all. Count of 2. He got him.
Southern Origins is brought to you by these fantastic, spectacular, wonderful sponsors.
The fact that your catchphrase is "I'm old enough to fuck your mom," that's your catchphrase. Everybody, my name is the Gargoyle Carry Awful. This is Fun Size Marco Stunt, and this is Southern Origins, and we've decided that this is now called the booking couch.
Yeah,
because that's how you get booked down south, brothers. You get to the booking couch. Marco.
Yes.
My dude, where did I meet you?
When did you meet me?
It had to have been through Mikey McFinnigan, because he goes, "Yo, I've got this guy from Mississippi," or maybe it was Eric Wayne. It's one of the two.
Did I meet you in Tullahoma that one time? Like 2
years
ago?
With
I was there with Bam Bam Bundy.
Yeah. He had the big purple singlet, the ASIC special.
That's who I wrestled.
We talked about ASIC specials the other day about how like every Southern wrestler has like the ASIC like generic like collegiate wrestler top that's like 4 years old or whatever. Yeah, no, SWF Tullahoma is amazing. The Gypsy Joe Arena, that's where I run Crux Wrestling. But it's everything I love about Southern wrestling. You know what I mean? Bump less, sell more, theater, people pull knives, the
More
good
crowd.
stuff.
More crowd.
More crowd, yeah, it needs more crowd, but it has.
No, I mean
yeah.
like more crowd interaction.
Oh, yeah.
That's all you gotta do. You just gotta entertain the fans.
Man, so where do we start? I know we just shotgunned you in here.
Yeah.
You're so busy now, blown up. You're like Riff Raff. You blew up and you don't know nobody, and I love every minute of it.
I don't know anybody.
You fan?
It's bad. Like I know who people are.
But everybody knows you know. Yo, I'll never forget being like, I know you've got big things coming. No, I don't. Yes, you do. Oh, how do you know? I know everything.
Well, it's like Brickster one day. He was like, bro, you're about to blow up and everybody knows it. I was like, man,
Yeah.
I don't know about that. He's like, bro, you're about to blow up.
I don't ever want to be one of the guys that's going to be like, yeah, I knew it and I loved him, because you know how like Southern wrestlers are. Brother, everybody wants to bury you, and then you get over, you get good, and then all of a sudden they're your best friend and knew it all along.
Oh yeah.
So I met you at SWF Tullahoma. It's funny because we have some wrestling parent lineage in a way, right? It's funny. So I got trained by Dutch Mantel originally, but like my wrestling mom, who is also wrestling mom to a lot of Southern wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't know Sue Young's wrestling mom.
Mm-hmm.
I would say maybe an extended or stepmom or ex-mom, or I don't know, but she loves you like a kid.
Yeah.
Former 3-time NWA Women's World Champion, queen of the pile driver, Tasha Simone. She was even talking about you to me a long time ago. And maybe it probably was right when I either first met you or a little bit shortly after. Tasha's a very harsh judge of character.
Mm-hmm.
She was brutal with me in the best way possible. It gave me discipline and made me a man, and taught me about responsibility and respect and honor when I was a shitty punk kid. One of the highest compliments she can give is, he's a good kid. I think that even at SCI weekend, was she on the phone with you talking to me about one of your buddies from back Memphis?
She was there. She was at SCI.
At the second night. She said you were a good kid from back then even. But who originally trained you and where?
It's funny. It was her ex-husband, actually, Motley Cruz.
Southern wrestling.
It's crazy how things just like go together. Like,
wrestling is like an incestual like thing, anyways, where everybody knows everybody and everybody's done something. There's like 5 degrees of Kevin Bacon, and then there's 1 degree to everybody in wrestling. Brother, I shared a Big Mac at a pilot one time. I swear to God, I was there. Just kidding. A lot of people don't travel that much.
Oh,
but
I thought you really shared a Big Mac with somebody. I was like, how was that?
Oh, never.
I don't like Big Macs.
They're gross. The Big Mac sauce is nasty. I fuck hard with Thousand Island on a Reuben, but I know that's like what Big Mac sauce is.
Yeah.
But like, I can't fuck with it. It's disgusting.
I just don't like Thousand Island, to be honest.
But on
or
a Reuben,
lettuce.
give me that Reuben goodness. You don't like lettuce?
I don't. I don't like salad. I'm not a big vegetable guy.
Well,
vegetable.
Is that okay? So like, what did you do? Well, before we take a hard right here, do you think that like
affected my height?
Well, I was gonna say that. I was gonna build to it, but you just said no. Let's just get to the high spot now. Thanks, bud.
Hey, well, you know what?
There's an audience out there. We're trying to play to the crowd right now, brother. I'm with Ricky Morton. Come on, people.
Last night, me and Swoggle did a double down within the first 2 minutes of the match.
That's a Gary J special right there. That's crazy.
So it was great.
No, he gave you a go to sleep.
He did with his shin because he can't pick his knee up there. He was like, yeah. He was like,
did he call it? Did he like, hey, watch the shin?
No, yeah, kind of. He messaged me on Twitter. He's like, how do you feel about taking a go to sleep?
You said dope. I don't got a bump.
I was like, yeah, I'm totally fine with that. And he was like, okay, cool. So I get there last night, and he's like, we're practicing it, and he's like, oh yeah, I just lift my leg up.
Brother, you were practicing. That's the least Southern thing you could say. You call it out there with that vet. No, just kidding.
No, he picked me up. He did it.
That's so sick.
And he lifted his leg up. I was like,
yeah. So I saw a GIF of it immediately because I was like, oh, I was trying to keep up with you or whatever. But back to the training. So where'd you train at? Where did he train you? What city?
We were working with a show that's not around anymore, and we were traveling around with them. And every time that there would be a show, I would go help set up the ring, and he would get in there with me and make me throw up.
Throw up Thursdays. That's what Tasha used to call them.
Made me throw up. He'd run me like crazy, but it was worth it. I trained with him for
How many days a week did you actually get ring time?
Oh, I got it like 2 times a month.
You know what's crazy? Like even when I first started, like at the tail end of Nashville, like going downhill quick, you could literally work a Wednesday. You could do like it was Thursday at main event NWA, Friday, Saturday at the Stadium Inn if you chose to. If you didn't want to do like a plethora of other Fridays or Saturdays, a Sunday there's always a benefit, always a Sunday benefit, and then I would train maybe Tuesday with Tasha, and then when I was getting like more education, it'd be Wednesday with Wolfie D. So wrestling was just like nonstop for me. I wasn't making any money, but I was like getting to learn from like Wolfie D and Tasha. And before that with Dutch, it was like Tuesday, Thursday, you know? Yeah. That's crazy, dude. And you're that man, were you always that talented? Mr. Gymnast?
No, man.
Actually help?
Yeah.
Of course.
I didn't start doing gymnastics or anything until like 3 years ago.
Really? Yeah. You didn't like grow up into it or nothing?
No, I was a backyard tumbler. Kind of like I was a backyard wrestler.
Backyard tumbler sounds like you go to your backyard to write posts and like gifs or fanfic or something. I'm a backyard tumbler. It's a private account. You gotta follow me and get on the app to actually see my horrible content that I put on there. Yeah. Backyard tumbler. That's my new favorite thing in the world.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing. My form was super bad. Like,
do you want to make like a tripod website about backyard tumbling and see if we can make that a thing to get on the news?
I should.
Dangerous backyard tumblers going for quasi handsprings. Oh, so you're training two times a month. What were the shows and venues like that you trained at? Yeah, man, go on and laugh. Hit him with it. I know.
I don't mean to laugh.
Yeah, you do because you know exactly what it is. It's hysterical.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell a story real fast.
Oh, I like stories.
Okay, so when I was 15, I went to the fair in Memphis with my family, and we were about to leave, and I see these guardrails, and I see a ring. I'm like,
at the fair? That's another Tennessee staple,
I know,
brother.
Right? I was like, ooh, yeah. So I walked over there, and the fair was like renting out the ring for $5 a person and letting people in, and I was like,
that's the most cool
hell yeah,
shit
I know.
I've ever heard.
No, it gets better. So I get in there with my brother. We paid $5.
Wait, pump the brakes. Waivers, no waivers.
No waivers.
No waivers. Fuck no.
No waivers.
Fuck no waivers.
They're like, here, $5.
Break the leg. Run.
Get in the ring. Just try to. They're like, try to stay away from the ropes. I was like, okay. And this is just random fair people.
Are you backyard tumbling at this time?
No, I was 15.
Fuck, I was getting real excited about backyard tumbling and shitty ropes.
That was like 8, 9 years ago.
So, anyways, you're at the fair and you see the ring and you're like, $5, Dad, throw it on there.
I did. I went in there.
Fuck the Ferris wheel. Fuck the Graviton. I got 5 on it on the shitty ring.
Dude, that's a steal. Getting in there for $5.
Yeah.
Like at that age, at 15, I'm like, $5 to get in the ring. Hell yeah.
You said that was 8 years ago, not like 3 months ago.
Yeah. I know I look 12. I'm not.
Yo, you told me your real age, and I about cried. I'm still a decade older than you.
Yeah.
I could have actually sired you at some point.
But no, we get in the ring. We do some stupid stuff. Me and my brother do, and we end up getting out. And we stayed for the show. I actually found out last year that the company didn't even know they were renting out the ring. So they had no clue that people were just randomly getting in the ring and just running around. They didn't tell the company nothing. They're just like, we're going to make money.
It's a double carny work there.
Dude, it was great. But we stayed for the show, and I talked to people after that. And he didn't really take me too seriously because I'm tiny.
Is this Moxley?
No, it's not. It's not. So I end up going to one of their actual shows up in Memphis, and I don't go to another show for 3 years until I go to another one with my buddies that my dad told me about. And I fell in love. I was like, that's where it hit me. I was like, I can do this.
Yeah.
And like at 15, I was like, oh, I want to do this. But then I was like watching everything. I was 18. I was like, I could do this. And so I walked up to him after the show, and I was like, okay, what's it take to do training, blah, blah, blah. And so he's like, hold on. And he went into the back and came back out and gave me a price, which
$400. You're going to cut my grass.
It was something.
Go to my backyard shed.
And he's like, I need you to dig a trench. Go all the way down, take a left, come back around. It's really a box trench.
Is this shoot?
No.
Is this? Oh man,
No,
I got real excited.
No, I wish. I've never. I've never really done anything like
Were you always
hard
marking?
labor.
Were you always marking a stunt when you started?
Yeah.
Day one.
Well,
Day one. Mark.
I didn't want to be at first. It just kind of happened. I was going by my backyard times. I was going by. All right, I had 3 different ones. I had Holt, Holt. I saw it on a hat one time. I was like
Holty there.
Yeah, Holt, Halt, not Halt.
Oh,
Holt.
okay.
Holt. And there was Sharp Shot.
Sharp Shot. That's like fucking the sharp. Please tell me you did a sharpshooter. Please tell me Sharp Shot, the sharpshooter.
Damn,
no.
I did.
So disappointed.
Oh man, you got.
That's another.
I'll do it tonight.
That's another like brilliant like Southern trope is when guys are like, oh man, like they're. Man, so nice guys, right? The neighbor's a nice guy, but like.
I was about to say that.
Yeah. There's a guy like I like him. He's still a homeboy. He's you haven't been there in a while.
No.
I'm not gonna say his name.
Just a crutch.
So he wears a flat vest, black army pants, black army shirt, crew cut, and has a big falses. And because in the South, brother, if it's on TV, it's good enough for us.
No.
Yeah. So
see, that's the thing about Southern wrestling. I can rant now. We're transitioning in.
I told you, you're gonna see the light at the end of the tunnel. You know.
Think about Southern wrestling is like everybody thinks they're just gonna get plucked up and go places out of nowhere. And
Vince is gonna watch my 30-minute no commentary single camera angle wrestling match that I put on my personal YouTube. He follows me, and he's gonna sign me, and I'm gonna do. I mean, I fell into. I mean, everybody falls into tropes like that. I think at some point, but there are guys, and they're like, I'm a 30-year vet that worked 4 times a month. This is who I am. I bought tickets to Raw. I wore my gear to the crowd, and they saw me. They saw me.
Man, it's
stupid.
I think it's funny because they make you believe. They made me believe that at first they made me believe I wasn't able to do it because
your size.
Yeah, and then people
Dipshits.
made me believe that I should stay around that area for years before I ever did anything else.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah.
the first company I ever worked for told me, they were like, yeah, you need to stay here for at least 2.5, 3 years.
Dude, that's the trick, right? They know you're good, so they tell you you fucking suck, which is fine. Like, be humble, and that's like part of it. But they know you're good, and they don't want you to go anywhere else because that means that there are like 40 people are going to turn into 4 again, and that's very depressing. But you were smart, and you got out. But before we go there, so your trainer, one quick time, tell everyone why he's famous, what his big famous moment is. I love it. I've never met him, but
one of his famous lines, he goes, "You jumped up and pinned me by accident." That's what he did. Jumpin' Jeff Farmer, guys.
The famous Jumpin' Jeff Farmer promo that he cuts is on his trainer.
It was.
The 1 degrees.
God.
That's 2 degrees, maybe.
God. I can't tell you how many times I watched that promo.
Thousands, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Like, just because people kept coming up and were like, "Oh, you got to see this," and I was like, "I've seen it," but I like watching it. It's funny.
It's still good.
And
dude, wrestling is absurd. So like, the more absurd it is, the more I enjoy it. Dude, I like the whole like, hey man, like the wilder and crazier that something is, it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I love it.
So we're getting close to the tail end, real quick. So you're blown up. You're everywhere. I think Joey's helped out a lot because Joey's an awesome dude. It's a lot at once, isn't it? It's crazy, right?
It's actually really overwhelming, and I have I'm just kind of being thrown into everything, and like I don't have time to like realize how to take everything one step at a time because everything I jumped like a whole many like so many steps all at once.
Yeah, you went from A to not Z necessarily, but you're definitely somewhere between QR and S. Let's look at your quick 6-month time frame. SCI was SCI the first breakthrough moment?
Pretty much, yeah.
SCI, he's the guy at Futures Tournament, knocked that out. You're already getting very well much over here at Sup Graphs, where you're going to be wrestling at tonight, and you've always done great business over at Pro Wrestling Freedom, which is also on Powerbomb TV. Plug, sponsor me, I need money because I'm broken up, looking like a Southern fan.
This is true.
Yeah, I know.
True. It reminds me of home. I love it.
Yeah, it's theatrical wrestling, bump less, have fun, sell t-shirts, and most importantly, I have a lot of good friends like Marco that help me out with it and come in and help my guys out. But it was SCI. Let's do a timeline. SCI, boom. You're the guy, the chance, the moment, the viral clips.
Yeah.
Remember, man, I was happy to be like, no, you stand off Cyrus's chest and you move all.
Yeah.
Boy. And that went viral because that was awesome. We went from
that to New York, lost in New York.
And your famous new. The fact that your catchphrase is "I'm old enough to fuck your mom." That's your catchphrase. Like it's absurd. It's brilliant.
I didn't get.
Man.
Joe. Okay, real honest. Joey Janela is
the best dude.
He's the one that gave me that line. He's like, "This is what I want you to say."
And you said thanks.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
While you were probably doing this because you're at fucking a huge show.
I was nervous. I've never been. I don't think I've ever been more nervous.
Where'd you meet Joey at?
There.
Yeah, you just got.
I met him here once, but he didn't really remember it.
He's a dude. Joey messaged me years ago before. Hey, that's a story for a different time. But long story short, yeah. That'll be an off-camera one. Joey's the man.
Yeah.
So he gives you a line, you blow the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that one's really what really shot it up. I think when I went into New York, I had 830 followers. Now I'm at 4,500.
My man, climbing. That Miley Cyrus song is the climb.
Yeah, dude, I love Miley Cyrus.
Dude, I used to know her half older sister was like, I want to be like hardcore kid.
Wow.
I think she hosted a show on like Fuse or something. Randy Cyrus. She was not very nice then, whatever. She's nice now. I was not a very nice kid then either, though. So that's whatever. Wrestling, wife, embarrassing punk music days. But you're there all in.
Yeah, all in. All in was the most surreal thing.
How'd you get booked? Go on, drop it.
Because in New York, I got
no.
What happened?
Yeah, I know the story.
I woke up Saturday morning after Lost in New York from a text message from Cody Rhodes saying, "Hey, is this Marco?" I was like,
"Who the fuck's ripping me, motherfucker?"
And he was like, "Hey, is this Marco? This is Cody Rhodes."
This isn't fucking funny,
dude. I was freaking out. I was like, "This isn't real."
No, yeah, you never do. Like the more success and like the more cool shit happens, instinctually you're just like, "This is a rib."
It still doesn't feel real.
That's my greatest fear. Is like my life's the Truman Show, and I'm just not smart to it. That's like legit my like big phobia. It's stupid. So it doesn't feel real. Like how did you verify? Did you call him? You say
no, we just hooked stuff up. We just kept texting, and things got more like realistic. And he ended up posting on his Instagram and then on Twitter and stuff. And then I went there.
Send a picture with your name and the date, so I know it's real. Like it's a Tinder date, so you make sure it's not the bot.
No, it was cool. It was really wild.
I like to think it's the other way around, where Cody's like, "This is Cody. Hi, Marco. Selfie." You know. So you go do that. Bully Ray grabbed you by your hair so you don't accidentally eliminate yourself, I guess.
I wasn't even over the top, though. That's the thing. I went under, and he was like, we got to the back, and he was like, dude, I just want to let you know I only did that because I thought you had fallen out. I was like, no.
That's still sick. That looked like it hurt so bad. But you get over there, you start flossing.
Yeah. After I eliminate Moose, that was funny.
Yeah, that
was all Bully Rage.
It's so good and absurd. I love all of it. Oh, yeah. You know, before I eliminate Moose, who's like 7 feet tall. So you make a moment because I think that's cool. And now, still hustling and grinding. You just got back from fucking Bola.
Yeah. Bola.
From Tennessee, training twice a month, wherever the fuck you could be, paying $5 to get in a fucking wrestling ring at a fair to beat in Bola.
Yeah.
You couldn't write a better story than that, man.
It's pretty wild. I think I'm the first entrant from Mississippi ever in Bola.
I would I would think so, buddy.
I'm pretty sure Kamala
I would think that's not like a, what?
So I'm pretty sure Kamala didn't do it?
No. All right, so we gotta go to lightning round before we get out of here. Okay. Real quick. Favorite Southern wrestling chant? Quick, lightning round.
That's so hard.
Please go home. Let them fight.
You suck. Yeah,
that one. Okay, you suck. We'll go with you suck.
Southern, I don't know.
What is your favorite part about being trained as a Southern wrestler that now goes all over the place? What do you appreciate about being a Southern wrestler?
The fact that they try to keep it so real.
Yeah.
Then I think that helped in the long run. It helped me like keep a little more realism and like how I work and stuff in the selling and aspect and everything.
You're gonna make me have a single tear in my eye. Stop.
I've never done anything corny.
Everybody has done something corny. And it doesn't mean something bad. It doesn't mean fucking someone over. It's just something stupid or fun.
I mean, I've gotten some free T-shirts and stuff out of some venues before.
Brother, how'd you hit it? I really like that shirt. Yeah. You know, I'm a wrestler, by the way. Yeah, you got 20 seconds. Go.
So I went to the show. I worked for the show, and I was like, "Hey, what's it gonna take to get one of these T-shirts?" And they said there's a password, and so I gave them the password, and I got a free T-shirt for it. I tried to make it all.
The password?
Fun. Yeah. Yeah. There's a
Boo!
There's a password.
What was it? Whisper.
Pearl necklace.
That's the password? This is a Southern Carney story now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pearl
God.
necklace was the.
No.
Yeah.
Should we bleep this out?
Oh, yeah. Can you cut that?
No, leave that in, but bleep it.
No,
Okay.
we're leaving it.
Where can they find you on social media?
At Marco Stunt on Twitter. At _Marco Stunt _ on Instagram. And then on YouTube, just look me up, Marco Stunt.
You know, you might be able to find something about them on the internet. I don't know. Marco, thanks for joining Southern Origins. Keep hustling, keep grinding. Give me all the comp tickets that you can when you get big and blow up. Like I want my kids to think I know someone famous one day. So like when I get tickets, you know, like you don't got to be front row. I'd appreciate that, but you know, nosebleeds are fine. I'm not a man of many needs. All right, I'll see you tonight. Love you, man.
Just get on with it.
Just tweet it like you do everything else. Get it over with. Humble brag.
Yeah, smoke and mirrors. What? Has Stokely lost his mind?
Everyone here tonight, of course, you're wrestling fans. You're familiar with WWE. You're familiar with how it works. When it comes to WrestleMania, everyone wants to challenge The Undertaker because they want to cement their legacy. When the history books are closed, they want their name etched into that book. They want to be a hero. And on the independents, we have our own version of The Undertaker. He calls himself the most devious man on the planet. He's a former grand champion of Chikara.
No.
He's a hard man to find. So again, I will fight my own battle on October 31st here when I go one-on-one with Ultra Mantis.
What? Get the hell out of here. Tracy, has he snapped? I think he snapped.